Hi everyone, welcome to the part 2 of the investigation to try to verify or disprove that some uh, people in the forums have said that apparently having too many adults of sea monkeys for too long in an aquarium hampers or prevents the babies sea monkeys to growing up. Also, recently I found a posting uh, that claimed that they had adults in an aquarium for a long time. They removed no babies, no nothing, only adults. Then they removed all the adults, and in a few days, all of a sudden, there were a lot of babies. So, in that line, that would indicate that too many adults for too much time in an aquarium not only hamper the babies from growing, it might prevent the, the eggs from hatching. I don't know if that is true. So what I did, as you remember in part one, I already, let me see if I can focus here for a moment. Uh, okay, anyhow, these are all the adults, well, most of the adults. Just for the record, if you ever want to move one or a couple of adults uh, from a big aquarium to one like this in a glass bowl, don't. Simply don't. The glass bowl is essentially a big magnifier. And of course, I use the DIY aqualeash that I made. And at the beginning, when they were swimming in the upper part, they were problem and went quite fast. And essentially, you put it in front of them and just suck a little, and essentially there is them in. The problem was, you see that layer of algae. Well, then when I saw that I had everyone, I saw some tails, and actually I will not be surprised if I see a darn tail bobbing between the algae layer. I hope not. Uh, and so that is when the fun began, because they are swimming downwards, grazing on the algae. So if you try to catch them, a difference of the ones that were swimming around, they, instead of going into the DIY, and you see, there is one. Okay, so I'm not taking it, that we take it up later. Okay, so that happened for many times. I thought I had the last one and other one show up. So anyhow, don't simply don't. Because as you can see, what I was doing, I was like a prison guard, trying to hunt with the searchlight the escapees. So and it had been more than an hour, and I'm tired. So you get an idea of how many babies are at this point, because we will have in mind if, to prove or disprove if there is a correlation between the number of adult sea monkeys in an aquarium for a long time and just careful, I don't want to tumble anything. That's the last thing I need. Okay, so most of the adults are here. This was the aquarium of the part one. So I want to reproduce as much as I could what I did with this aquarium in this aquarium. But the Ocean Volcano aquarium is 16 ounces. I believe it's 470 milliliters. Meanwhile, that this one, let me put my working light again, so you can get a reference more or less for the next time, in case that we have one, the two goals to try is one, that the babies that have not grown for weeks start growing, like happened in the, I mentioned happened in the previous, and actually part of the adults that you see in the aquarium that I show you are the former babies. So it is all the adults of this aquarium are here, including the ones that grew up from the last video. Okay. So you can see how many are doing, and also besides seeing babies growing, we will be looking to see if there is an explosion of hatching eggs, because this aquarium is the integration of 4 aquariums that had built up stuff since May 4th. So May, June, July, August. It has 3 months, at least 3 months of potentially eggs being deposited in the bottom. So if what the person in the posting said is correct, besides the babies that you see here start growing all of a sudden in a fast rate, there should be way more babies because they're not adults, and the eggs will be triggered by that to hatch. I don't know if it's true. We are testing it. Okay. Anyhow, I said that I want to reproduce what I did the last time. You might see this is because the last time I did a heavy bubbling in the aquarium, so I need to do it again. So I'm prepping it to start bubbling soon. The other thing I did is that I did a level spoon of this food, and where's the other? And this food right after I remove all the adults in this aquarium. So I want to reproduce, it might not be necessary, but I want to reproduce all the conditions that I did the last time. So because this aquarium is 48 ounces or 104, I think it's 1,240 milligrams. I will feed them 3 times what I feed on the Ocean Volcano, because that will be proportionally close to what I did that night. So I'm doing it right now. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 of this one. In theory it should be 4, but I remove a lot of the water and stuff, and anyhow this aquarium has more nutrients than the other one, so 3 should be close enough. And then now I will do this, since I did one in the Ocean Volcano. I will do um, and the time is running out. Okay, come on. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that is more or less the equivalent I did. So the last step is to start the heavy bubbling. So what I will do, I will turn the knobs and move all the flow that is in the aquarium that you saw a moment ago into the stick. Sweet. Okay, one moment. Okay. So as you can see, now it's doing heavy bubbling. Actually, the maximum bubbling that can be done since I close all the valves except that one. So what I will do is let it do the bubbling. I think that night I did it like 2 hours. So I will stay for a while, let it bubble around for a while, and I will keep an eye in the in what happens in the 1 hour after I stop the bubbling, because some nasty stuff happened the last time that I had to again start the bubbling to break down what it showed up. It was not pleasant. It was white stuff all over. It looked like a horror movie. All the babies entangled in the white stuff, like a Medusa holding all its victims. So hopefully it will not happen in this one, and we will see results. So there we go. All the adults are here, and actually it's a very high number. I never had such a high number of adults. So because they will be here at least for a couple of weeks while I see the results on the executive suite. We will see how well they do here. It's the first time I have so many. I don't think it's 100. The number I heard is 100 should be able to live comfortable. And just in case I put the algae sticks here, but we'll see. So we are checking if all these guys, let me see if I can do a better image. All these guys can survive here for a couple of weeks, and then we will see if we get babies growing and we get a burst of eggs hatching. Okay, so see you guys in a couple of weeks, unless something catastrophic happens, but I hope it will not. Okay, see you guys next time.